So then, do you want to give us some team news? I think, in particular, Mark Noble limped off training last week. Is he fit available? Who else are you going to have?
Yeah, Mark got a knock in his knee, and it's not just a knock. It's nothing serious, right? But he couldn't be there for a game against Huddersfield, and he trained today individual on the pitch, and it is much better. So it's nothing serious, but very, very difficult for a game against West Brom. So most definitely not. Maybe for Bolton game, but so it's nothing serious. But yeah, it did happen. He felt a little bit of ligaments in his knee. Yeah.
And everyone else?
So far, so good. We had some because the game was not on Saturday or Sunday. You know, the game was Monday night. So a few knocks and all that, few bruises, but they should all be fit for a game. Apart from Fernandez and Lanzini, who weren't available for Huddersfield game as well. So Fernandez is looking like he's going to start to train with us in a couple of days, mostly. And Manuel Lanzini, hopefully 1 week, 10 days. I don't know. You still don't know. It's going to be 1 week or 2 weeks. But he's running. He's training with the ball, and it looks so far so good. And that's basically it. Yeah. Sorry.
We just spoke to Winston Reid, and he said that coming back into training, there was a real sense of a change in atmosphere after the game on Monday. What was the feeling like as far as you were concerned? I mean, you talked a bit about not really feeling the pressure afterwards, but having made the start to the season that you did, and then to have put that performance together.
Well, it is important, of course, for us to win the game, but we have to continue like this or like that. And as I told the players this morning, because yesterday we were off, and this morning we have a small meeting before the training, or even in the pitch during the training. If we think for 1 second that like now we beat Huddersfield, and yeah, so what? You know, we have to build on this. And I told them that we beat Huddersfield. Okay, we beat Huddersfield not on Monday night. We beat Huddersfield on Saturday and Sunday when we trained on our stadium, at our stadium, when there was proper fire in trainings. And we have to produce it more or less every day. And we have to do it tomorrow. And then, and only then, we're going to be in a situation or in a position that we can get something out of Saturdays or any other game.
He mentioned that there was a hunger there on the weekends. Why is it taken to this point?
Why it taken to this point? I mean, you know, it's not that black and white. It's not that before there hasn't been a hunger. You know, but you're absolutely right. No, but you are absolutely right. Why the players, and we are not the only club like that, why they are giving their best when they're really with their backs to the wall or whatever. It's a question mark, and the art is to make them, or for themselves to make them, and that is the difference between great players and good players. Because they do it every day or every week. Every day they want to move the boundaries, they're individual, and then they produce that with the team as well.
Is that down to them, or is it down to you?
Well, both, definitely both. Well, it is my job as well to do it and to keep them in that zone, whether that's it when not to fly too high or not to be big-headed. It is a massive part of every manager's job, is that. But it's also down to them to be like that, because we can't control them what they do outside the training camp. Do they live for? I'm talking now in general. You know, they are mature people. They are well paid. They love football, and they are in privileged position that the most of the normal people would swap, you know, and they are dreaming of. So you should respect themselves by respecting the job.
I know that you speak to the owners after most games. When we were here last Friday, the relation seems a little bit strange. That been better now that you've got?
I don't know what you mean by strained, but I speak to Mr. Sullivan, okay, after every game, and it was after. It is like that since I joined the club 2 years ago, and we spoke after the game. And of course, that after good runs or after win, it is it's like more relaxed talk. Let's say like this, you know. Although so far I never had an kind of hectic talk or like heavy talk with him or to him. It was always like polite and in a zone stage.
So was it a polite conversation after the win Monday?
Well, it was a good one, you know. It was because I mean, we won the game. That was very important for us, and he was also happy with our performance. But you should call him and ask him that about how did he feel, or whatever.
Certainly because you were a little bit bullish last week, and that's.
No, I wasn't bullish. I said that. No, I wasn't bullish. I mean, why are you going around? Why you don't ask me directly how I was bullish? I don't know. I wasn't bullish at all. I only explained the situation that he put me into. I praise him. I praise the club. I praise him for the deals we done, and I meant it. I only said, and I praise him, and I explained the Carvalho situation, why it didn't happen, and it didn't happen because of us. It didn't happen because of us, but because the money was too big, and I only had to explain, and I wanted to explain the situation with the two players that they mentioned that like I didn't want, and that's all. So I wasn't bullish at all.
One of those players that was mentioned last week, Krychowiak, you could well replace him.
Krychowiak. So yeah.
Could well be facing, couldn't you, on the weekend?
Yeah.
West Brom.
Probably we will.
How close were you?
How close?
How interested were you? How close were you?
What points does that have with the game? I mean, the transfer window is finished. We didn't get a player, and that's all. Were we close or not? That's now totally irrelevant.
Talk to us then about Andy Carroll. 82 minutes you got out of him. How big a boost does he give you when he's out there?
Well,
there are certain players out there that can lift a whole team.
Yeah, he's one of them, definitely. I mean, we've been saying that for 2 years now. He's the player, and I said it 100 times. Now it's 101. He's the player that everybody knows. His teammates knows, the crowd knows, the opponent knows, and he's the player that you can't ignore. Whether you're playing with him or against him, if you know what I mean. The things, and you always know what he's gonna give you, and what you're gonna get from him when he's on a pitch, whether he starts or he makes an impact from the bench. So it's great to have him back. Now the question is, and that's $1 million question, is he going to be available, and how we're going to manage him to keep him fit, hopefully for the rest of the season or for the rest of his career.
How do you do that? I mean, Alan Podgy was talking this week in the studio about just basically don't let him train from Monday to about Thursday morning.
That is impossible.
So how do you manage that?
To make a balance, between that. I mean, Alan Pardew definitely didn't mean that for him not to train. He wants to show that there are some players, and he's definitely one of them, that you have to find a kind of a special kind of a treatment or managing for him to be available for the games. But that doesn't mean that he can that he ain't gonna train the whole week, because then most likely he would get injured. On the other hand, you can't treat him like you're treating 20-year-old guy who can train 6 hours a day. People like Declan Rice or Dominic Quina and them. So the thing is to find the balance. He can have some days off, but those days off he should use to work on something that he needs, stay in the gym and all that. Because that is also the training. And that is exactly what we are doing now with him at the moment. It looks good, and we are hoping that it's going to last.
Yeah, and in terms of taking that momentum, do you feel like as a group, when you had your meeting today, that you are ready to push on? You've got, 3 games in a week, where you kind of want to be going into that West Brom game, and then to obviously follow?
Yeah, I mean, we have to use the momentum we have. I mean, we were in a position that we didn't like. We didn't win 3 games. Now we won 1 game. And now we are talking. We were talking before the game, not only me but the players as well. That's what we need to get a boost to start. Now we done that. Okay, so I'm expecting us, with the greatest respect to the opponents, and it's going to be very, very hard. But now, if the pressure on us, on the whole team, is a little bit less, so that then the confidence is back, and let's use it, and let's try to last long.
Just one very important question that we've been asked to ask today.
Which one?
Very important question from our news desk today. Marco Asensio missed a Champions League game because he'd been shaving his legs and his legs got infected.
Yeah.
So we were asked to ask about who shaves their legs and who doesn't. Apparently,
who shaves their legs?
Who shaves their legs? Apparently, your side quite like waxing. What was it like in your day? And do you?
So I'm sure that you know much more about that than me.
Only from the interview this morning.
But it's nothing new, you know. The players are doing that.
Did you do it?
Do I look like I done it? But the player, I mean, it's nothing new. It's like last 10, 15, 20 years even they are doing that. There are excuses because it's for the massage, you know. It doesn't, you know, preacher. But okay, modern times, no. All right, guys.
Even more respectful now. How crucial is that confidence you talked about? How crucial is that going into the West Brom game?
It's for me. It's crucial. You know, I saw even yesterday a few managers were talking about it, and we are talking about the teams that played in the Champions League, how that affects them. The confidence, it comes and goes. You know, as I said, class is permanent. Confidence can vary, and it is. So it is important, like in every job. So now, as I just said, now we should have it back. If that was the reason, and that was definitely one of the reasons, if that was the reason, then there's no bigger motivation than that for Saturday game. Let's keep it, let's use it, let's build on that, and try to produce the same on Saturday. So it's not only the games, you know. You have better trainings, you have better atmosphere and all that. So it is like a chain, you know. You have many good things that are more positive now, as they are in any other club.
You said about the training. You said that they had fire on the Saturday and Sunday before that game on Monday. How do you make sure they keep that?
By being there, by being with them on a pitch, by talking to them, by showing them, by having individual talks, by those kind of things. That's the only way. So we've been waiting for this, and now we don't want to lose it. No.
You said that Frank de Boer played on your mind before Huddersfield. I know that
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said that because somebody asked me, do I feel pressure? I mean, of course. I mean, there was his example one day before, but I didn't think about him in that, and I don't need him or didn't need him to like know the mechanism of, like I didn't need Marco Asensio thing to know that the players are shaving their legs. No, I know that, I see that every day. So, what about Frank de Boer? Sorry.
Just the reference of pressure on managers.
Pressure is all.
If you had a sense of relief after Monday night, effectively.
No, I told after the game, I said that I don't look at my job from that perspective. I had a relief, not a relief. I was happy, and I'm still happy because I feel good when we win a game. And I was happy because I saw the response from my team. I saw the energy. I saw the performance. That wasn't a nice game of football for neutrals, for example, but that was really proper professional game, and they've executed the plan that we have, and I saw dominance from the start, especially in the first half, and we were rewarded with a little bit of luck before the first or for the first goal, and that's why I was happy, not relief in a sense of what I bought some time or whatever. No.
Maybe luck for the first goal, but not luck in keeping your first clean sheet of the Premier League season.
Yeah, we deserved it. Yeah. It was good win. It was good game for us to build on. Not only 2-0, but also, as you said, clean sheet. It's not, and I'm not talking now only about Joe Hart. I'm talking about defense. I'm talking about the whole team. And you can't say that we were lucky, They had one chance from like that shot towards the end of the game, and we were really good in that department. And that's why that game or those 3 points we can use that to build on that, not to build on West Brom, to build today, tomorrow, like in everyday's training.
And just finally, Marko Arnautovic is available again. Does that give you a bit of a selection headache?
It does, of course. He's back. He's been frustrating. We were frustrating. I was angry and frustrated. Now he's back. He served the ban, and now he will be in a squad for a game against West Brom. And it's good to have him back. Thanks.
Pete. So, what do you make of West Brom this season? Because apart from last weekend against Brighton, they've perhaps surprised a few people.
Yeah, well, surprise. They had a good not only start, but for a long time they were really good last season, and they were in top 8, and they were like the first one to secure the status from let's say not the big one teams. So they started well. Last couple of games, okay, they lost one and drew home against Stoke, but they won those couple of games with their typical results, and it's not a big surprise for me. They also got some players. They invested again some money, and they are always very hard team to beat. So good team, of course.
Have you noticed then that teams that would normally feature in the middle of the table have made significant improvements this year, like say Watford, West Brom, and maybe Stoke as well, and that probably puts even more pressure on yourself?
Yeah, they done, but it's still very early days, and you are right that they started the way we wanted to start. Okay, and especially those 3 clubs like Watford, Stoke, and West Brom, also Huddersfield. they done what we wanted to do, and they showed that it can be done. And we are hoping that we're going to do it in next few games, because now it's still very, very early, and with a couple of or with a good run of results, you can catch them up quite easy.
And what do you make of Crystal Palace appointing Roy Hodgson as the manager? Because at 70, it's difficult to come back into the Premier League, surely. Because most of the managers now, apart from Arsene Wenger, if you look at the top end, they're between 40 and 50. Yeah,
but it's not the case with Roy Hodgson that he was away for years from the Premier League. Okay, he wasn't in the Premier League, but he was England's manager. So up until few years ago, 2 years, yeah, he was at Euros 2016. So he's got experience, he's got everything. So I have no doubts, and he's still very active in football. Like he was there yesterday. I mean. So, and I don't divide football managers like young ones and old ones. So I think it's a good choice for them.
Thank you. Cameras off, please.